Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Ben the Human Plays Worlds Upon the Wind. Last time we were able to complete our quest here with the Forest Shrine and the Lake Island Shrine. So now we're just exploring the shard and gonna try and do the best we can. So we've got a lot of desert here, which would work for beauty and food. And I kind of want to establish something out here because I feel like it's going to be a difficult biome to use. So we need 10 of each. If we go for Cactus Forest into Cassava Farm, that would get us what we need. But we need to be kind of careful because it looks like the beauty and the food are kind of spread out separately from each other. You could go for Blooming Dunes, and then that would get you the beauty needed. Although you're going to give us beauty right off the bat. It's still not enough, but it's better. It's so much wind. I think we go Oasis Spring then, to at least get the food. And then... I think you have to do this. And then camel grazing spot, and then we have the opportunity to go for Blooming Desert here. Or Blooming Dunes. So let's try it. We didn't get the spirit we needed. Although we can fill one. We didn't get the connection either. Might as well gain knowledge as well. Dang. It's not great to hemorrhage some inspiration early, because it kind of hampers your ability to do stuff in the future. Discard one, draw one? That's not bad. Common. Gain a lot of food and lose productivity. Actually, that one's kind of interesting. Like, maybe there's ways we could gain productivity and then... but gain a massive amount of food for it. Oh, just a second. Alright, our next place needs to have lots of adventure, which the desert does provide a lot of. Yeah, let's go Adventure Desert. The Vanishing City is the primary amount of desert or adventure he added here. So we go Underground Storehouse. And then yeah, so let's start with Underground Storehouse over here. I have to go Mirage Gate, though, if I want to... get the stuff. What if we do Continue 3? Continue 3 was not the right one. It was not fill, it was one... You had to, like, fill something that was... Oh, balls. I'm learning how the game works. Oh man, we got shafted on this draw as well. Because we didn't get any crafting, we didn't get the spirit stuff. Are we about to lose? I think we are. Oh, man, that went horribly wrong. Oops. Damn, Mitsukage no Hama was the holy lakes. We did establish a shrine in the lake, so that is what we intended to do. I guess we speed-runned that quest there. Oops, the shrines were established, I think. But we know that the scattered sparks are not enough to mend the heavens. One flame must stand above all others. I shall entrust you with a great duty, explorer. More surveys? I'm always happy to visit new shards. Each one is like its own little world. They are but fragments of our past glories. But no longer. It is time for us to call upon the Enlightened One to reunite the shattered world. We shall erect a single monument, vast and unshakable, a conduit for the divine power. That shall be your mission. A great expedition, greater than any launched before. You shall prepare a shard to hold the great monastery, so the Enlightened One can walk among us again. That is a lot of responsibility. Establish a forest. Oh, we already did that. 150 harmony during an expedition, and then establish a monastery in a forest, mountain, or canyon. Okay, so harmony. High priority there. Reveal the history of the Utagatori no Oka. Reveal the history of the Hojohara. Of the Holy Lakes, and then the site of the first shrine. Neat. We have 60 points we can spend again. Preview all site yields before starting a foray, rather than just one relevant to the foray goal, or grants an insight for each discovery. Sure, a way to farm more insight seems useful. Let's try this again. So that went horribly wrong, like, right off the bat. But we're going harmony mode. Easy beauty off the bat. We'll establish a plains and a script. Well, no. We would like to expand outward first. That doesn't really get us anything if we just go straight back in there. I think we go rice paddy so we don't get any negative stuff. But I also would like to go for the hidden shrine. It's a lot of negative safety, you guys. Okay, I have a plan. Here. 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 Fill? Yes, it worked. And you got the rice paddy! Hooray! And then the Reed Weaver's hut. It worked perfectly. That was lucky, but it's better to be lucky than good, they say. The Pale Weaver. Lighten her workload gets us harmony. We're trying to get to 150 harmony. That went really well. Hotaru Sawa. Gain a bunch of adventure but lose safety. Conflict. That actually does seem like a good card. Sometimes it's nice to just look at the art itself. I think we want to go into the mountains here because we want to gain a lot of harmony. So what are we looking at? The Rock's Reply would be a good one. As would the Onsen Retreat. Both of them need wind, though, and that's tough. You're easier to get to. I'd love to go for the Onsen Retreat as well to just get more harmony, but I think I want to put us into the Verdant Hollow. Yes, thank you. The cracks in the wall of this canyon look suspiciously like written characters. Folks claim that if one carves a question at dusk, By sunrise, new cracks appear as a response. Several of the settlers want to give this a try, each with a different question to ask. Oh, there's a big old wave! Choose one who fears death. Oh, man. I guess we'll try it. Their question is clear, almost clinical. When, how, and why. At dawn, the wall bears new cracks, 5 parallel lines, just enough to know the stone understood. The settler says nothing and simply sits down dejected. When he stands up, he has a little splinter of stone in his hand. You increase your hand size by 2, and every time you play a glyph, you lose inspiration? Holy God! Can I get rid of this thing? We're gonna die immediately. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Every time you play a glyph. Good God. Well, we need a way to harvest inspiration somehow to counter that. Continue 1, lose 5. Despair. Like that. They're desperately trying to get me to lose all my inspiration immediately. Okay. Did we already establish a monastery? Well, that was fast. Some more harmony. We're looking for productivity and beauty. The onsen retreat is good. Yeah, so we're just gonna bleed inspiration or stuff this whole time. 2 men are gathering moss in the canyon, sitting in large baskets. Suspended by ropes, as one of them prepares to scrape another handful of wet stone, he pauses and looks at the wall in surprise. Further along the cliff face, the moss is cleared in a pattern that looks strikingly like a dragon tied into a knot. It scales clumps of raised moss. Consider it a message from the spirits. They see a deeper message. Ooh, we gain dragon. Ooh. That's awesome. So we'd like to do the mossball nursery, right? We would also like to do the natural hot springs to get the onsen retreat. But lava-fed forges guarantees us not to lose... not to lose more inspiration. I'm gonna get a little more harmony, even though I'm gonna lose inspiration because of it. This is so rough. How do you counter that? We might have to bail on our settlement, like, really rapidly. Like, none of the... Can I remove a... Yeah, I was gonna say, can I remove a relic? Because we're gonna lose inspiration for just surveying departure points, right? The bell tower. Deep in the forest, the survey team finds an ancient bell tower, its bronze bell still hanging at the top. Upon closer inspection, the scouts realize that the bell is barely attached and may soon fall. Should we detach the bell? Yep, we're losing inspiration just for interacting with this stuff. Whenever you lose inspiration, you gain knowledge and harmony per point lost. Well, we're gonna start harvesting that for sure. Cut a straight path, navigate the canopy. Cut a straight path. I've never tried that before. Gain productivity, that's fun. Another mudslide. You don't already have. Try a different route. We don't have the stuff necessary to make that work. Tree bridge, verify the trunk's sturdiness. Let's try that one. I've never done that before. The group just decides to check how sturdy the tree is, and they carefully try placing heavier and heavier packs on the trunk and find it able to support everything they could pile upon it. In the process, they notice the bark is thicker in some areas. On closer examination, it becomes clear that at some point in the past, footholds had been carved into the trunk. Apparently, they aren't the first to consider to use it as a bridge. Awesome. Towering tree. The team finds themselves standing in a clearing dominated by the biggest tree they'd ever seen. One of the scouts, a priest, insists that must be inhabited by a powerful spirit. Another, a scholar's apprentice, wants to measure it and study the factors that have let it grow so large. An adventurous fellow suggests climbing it. The rest of the group just wants to stay a while and marvel at its size. Let's set up camp. Hey, we gained some inspiration. We're trying to stay alive here. Wait for her. Let's redraw our hand. I would like to wait for her, so let's do that. Good work, team. Getting closer to that harmony goal. Is that an anthill? What is this thing? Or maybe just normal hills? We're looking at productivity and adventure here. So we've got clay pits. A lot of harmony, but unfortunately we won't be able to use that. Of course, the productivity takes beauty and harmony away from us, but... Deep in the forest, the woodcutters pause at the foot of a towering tree. It is easily the largest they've ever seen. Prune just enough to help it grow. Establish a care routine. When a yield is gained by activating a forest site development, gain 5 more. Okay. I don't know if I care about that so much, but it's interesting. An adventure. Shoot. I should have gone for clay pits. Why did I missed you in my, like, when I was deciding what things to pick. I think I have to call it at 11 inspiration, right? I could have gained, I just realized I had a thing that gave me 25 adventure. Alright, I think we have to bail on the expedition because we're just gonna keep losing inspiration. Huh. Iriajima? The tight-knit community. That was, we had some cool cards too. I'm sad we got caught, like not necessarily screwed, but got a little bad RNG from that needle, unfortunately. You know, I was just thinking we've been running into some inspiration troubles, so getting us more health will be a good thing. Preview events before starting a foray? Maybe that'd be useful. I actually don't 100% know. Site yields before starting a foray rather than just ones relevant to the foray goal. That honestly, that would be nice because I've been thinking like what things would get me what things will get me harmony, and I just don't know. So we need to get a lot of harmony and establish a monastery in a forest or a canyon. So we've got lots of safety we're looking at. Mountain scrubland. Seashore. Let's go this way. We need safety, so thatching yard would be a good way to go. Also the sky ropeways. But the lava-fed forges and things would get us some safety as well. I think we go mulching shed. Into the winding path here. And then I think you're going to give us one of them. Yeah, I was going to say at least the thatching yard, or if you completed the ropeways. And then we can fill. Nice. Look at this ropeway. Look at these dudes. The settlement is separated from its fields by a deep valley. The villagers have stretched ropes between the cliffs and attached baskets that could be pulled from one side to the other. As harvest time approaches, the villagers face a new problem. The children of the settlement have discovered that playing in the baskets is their favorite way to pass the time. They spend their entire days racing each other across the gorge and inventing new games in their baskets. The farmers shake their heads in exasperation as baskets are left stranded on the wrong side of the valley. Their harvest loads end up delayed and fruit and vegetables left to wilt in the sun. Well, I would love to do either of these, but I think allowing the children to continue will be interesting. The settlers decide that the ropeways belong to all of the village and not just the farmers. The children delight in their freedom, racing across the valley like birds in their flying baskets. One child in particular becomes highly skilled at maintaining the ropes and pulleys, having spent so much time fiddling with them. Hey, look at that. Nothing else to do. End the foray. Good work, team. Got 20 harmony out of that, too. A prey shrine that does fill 2 or connection in spirit actually seems really, really useful. So we need knowledge and beauty. Go up this way. Smoldering crater. Honestly, the smoldering crater into the Ember Monastery will almost get us what we need. And then we could build Dragon's Rest, but I don't know if I necessarily want to do that right off the bat. But let's get the monastery knocked out. And then we would like to go the mulberry patch route because that could get us into the paper mulberry grove. Or do we go Dragon's Rest? I think we do fill 2. Incense workshop just to use that guy. Yay, we got wind. You filled the worst thing! Oh no! I could have had the Dragon's Rest. Gain some safety just because we can. Oh, I'm so you know what I could have done is I could have played the life in the rabbit warren because I didn't really care about completing the incense workshop, and then we could have forced the dragon temple. That's my bad. I should have thought about that a little longer. Lost 1 inspiration, but it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. You guys I'm not super into. I'm just gonna skip you. Or maybe we remove one of these dirts. Just because they're not particularly great. And then beauty and food would be nice. Let's go this way. Get access to the west side of the island. So you could do buckwheat field and then incense workshop. Or you could do paper studio as well. Or the indigo shrub patch would work. That's not what I was expecting you to do, but at least we have options now. Let's get the apiary. The bee has left. You get the old beehive. I forget what you do. Every 50 harmony, add a bee glyph to your hand. Study the empty hive. Let's see what that gets us. We gained a bee glyph. Nice. And we want the indigo shrub so bad. There's nothing I can do, though. Like, I don't have any discards. You guys are... It's going to be a random 50-50 if it's either the indigo shrub patch or it's... Because continue also would be between the two as well. Honey glyph? Honey's not going to help us either. It's a good card, though. Alright, let's just try it. Nah. Not great luck for us lately. Hopefully we can find a way to gain some inspiration back, maybe. Gain harmony and gain safety from dog. Let's go up this way. Start the survey. We've met the Monk of Emptiness before. Present an offering. Let's figure out what that does. We gained a flute! Conjure, which adds 1 play music. Nice. The Odd Rock. Oh yeah, we've seen the Odd Rock before. We could dig it up. Didn't I mark it before? Or maybe I ignored the boulder before. Let's mark it with a signpost. Gained knowledge. Chatting by the fire. We could gain a spiritual glyph or a landscape glyph. Tell ghost stories. Those are fun. Discard 7 negative. Wow. I don't have that many glyphs. Duplicate a random glyph in your hand. That's nice. We have so many connection glyphs, but they're actually really good for the capital if we get there. Wild fruits are good. Cook the fruit, gain food. The dense bamboo, we navigate by the canopy. Or we could just backtrack. Well, let's gain beauty. And then backtrack anyway, because we're either gonna cut a path or spend our runes as it is. One of the surveyors is lagging behind. Split the load. We don't want to do insist on keeping everything. So let's split the load. We gained inspiration back. Yes! Hooray! A way to heal. The foray location, we're looking for safety. The mountains and the plains is a good place to go for that. We already established a monastery. So we're looking for safety. Pilgrim's Rest is a good one, right off the bat. The Forgotten Pouch. I never have... Oh, I can search for the owner. Walk the path of righteousness. Yeah! We got righteousness the glyph. Neat. Which would allow us to build the Firebreaker Reservoir if we can go that way. We'd also do the Winding Path, which would get us safety as well. Yeah, let's do that one. It's a guarantee. And it'll get us some harmony as well, which we want. Cool. What's up next? Wind? I don't think I really need that one. And then water is not used for anything, so... I am tempted by the Storyteller Camp. Actually, we should go Storyteller Camp, because we have the safety we need, and we can get more harmony this way. Awesome sauce. Alright, we're getting there. We need 60 more, and we'll get the quest knocked out. Drift. Spread connection. Place this glyph on top of the draw pile. We're getting so much connection in our hands, though. I'm tempted to kick out the basic connection. I think I am. As wild as a decision that was. Rocky Cliff. Alright, we need productivity here. So painted ceramics shop is the way to go. So we'll go clay pits. And then we would like to go bird nesting into Waterfall Vale, honestly. Yeah. Could have been worse. Just lost a little safety, honestly. Actually, climbing trail wasn't so bad. Unfortunately, I don't think we can use you. So we need crafting, and we just need a lot of crafting, so we don't really need that card. Conjure? That'll get you knocked out. Or flute, I should say. Conjure... we don't want conjure, so we want to go this way. At least we got Pottery Kiln knocked out. We weren't able to get the Painted Ceramics Workshop, but we got the production we needed. Sell. Gain productivity but lose food. Discard one, draw one with cart. I think we just skipped that one. I wasn't particularly sold on any of those. I think one of the things we should work on is trying to gather... Let me go up this way. Yeah, that'd work. Trying to gather, like, additional rarity chance. Because we have fairly low rarity chance, and the good cards we get are few and far between. So we need adventure and knowledge. So we would like to go Paper Studio. And then Sumo Ring. So that's the way we want to go. So let's go Spread Mulberry Patch. That locks us in there. Then we go Festival Grounds. Mirror and then Spear. Yeah, that would work. Okay, so Festival Grounds. Sumo Ring. And Conjure. Then just gain harmony and safety. And then I don't really want you to come back, so let's skip you. Worked. Yes! That went really well. We actually played this shard really fast, so we can establish our shard capital now. Basic. Crafting and life. Honestly, I would like a little more radiance. We don't want really to add despair. I could take cook. Cook is okay. So capital location. How are you gonna work here? Valid hill would give us food. And a lot of people are deficient in food, wildly. So that worked out really well. If you don't... Connecting settlements requires connection essence. If you don't have enough, fill these essence slots to gain a random connection essence. Awesome. And then if you have accumulated enough of a yield, you can fill these essence slots to have the shard capital provided. So that's how you get around a lot of the deficiencies. So let's go connection to... to Kusa no Imi. No, Kusa no Omi. So let's connect you. So now you're providing adventure, which we could then connect to Mitsugahara. We could craft a connection because we don't have any more right now. So I think I should. And then we connect to Kobino. I mean, honestly, we're just connecting to anybody. I connected to the one place that actually wasn't doing... it wasn't gonna help us. You provide that as well. Wow, I didn't draw any connection out of the 3 that I have, which is nuts. We can fulfill their food shortage at the very least, so that's something. Can I use this crafting anywhere? Toil? I don't know if I want toil. Although it does get me a wind. I don't know if a wind really does anything, though, honestly. Would fulfill their adventure shortage, but... that was dumb, because now I'm gonna draw the toil. The waste of time. Alright, well, not the best connections we've ever done, but I'm learning, though. Ooh, increased rarity would be really nice. So what is our current hand size? Is it 5 or 6? Because if it's 6, now instead we're drawing... I'm gonna try Traveler's Abacus. Break a glyph into its constituent parts. Perhaps the cook? Alright, well that's a start. We got a good phase 1 settled here. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please click the like button. It helps me out a lot. If you want to see more episodes of Worlds Upon the Wind or the other videos I have going on the channel, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you have your notifications on so you know when the next videos go live. But until next time, everyone, I hope you had a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody!